Good blessed November the 22nd, 2022, Tuesday, early morning, 5:28 a.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest or the poorest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter whether you're the proclaimed toughest or the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't even matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. Doesn't matter whether you like me or anything that I stand for or anything that I say or do. That's your prerogative. You got a first, 14th, 5th, and you got many other constitutional rights, amendments to the Constitution to do as you please, as long as you do it in an orderly manner. First, I'd like to say happy heavenly birthday to my aunt, Thelma Alford, my dad's youngest sister. May she rest in peace. I'd like to also say happy blessed sweet 16th birthday to my youngest granddaughter, Janaya. I like to just speak on the death of a young, I believe, 25-year-old black woman. I believe it happened October the 28th or somewhere to the 29th of October of 2022 in Mexico. Shanquella Robinson. My condolence from my family and myself goes out to her family. I can feel her dad 100%. I want to show you a couple of minutes video of her dad speaking about the death of his child. He said it don't add up. And I agree with him 100%. The autopsy agreed with it 100%. I feel him because 618 days ago, my son, 45 then, Brian Lamont Johns, was found hung in Carbondale, Illinois on March the 19th, 2021 in the 400 block of Oakland, North Oakland Street in the Gaslight Apartments on the 3rd floor in a hallway. Immediately when the police and paramedics came on the scene, they deemed it suicide because they said he was talking about suicide. But his autopsy didn't show suicide, even though they said suicide. He had 3 broken ribs. He had a gash on the back of his left hand that go all the way down to his tendons. And they can't show where all that blood went to. He had bruises on his side. His hands was balled, his right hand was balled up with money in it. The coroner and the CSI personnel supposed to be professionals. When the coroner pried his hand open and took the money out, instead of him and this CSI lady from the Carbondale Police Department and the deputy coroner from Murphyboro, Illinois, which governs Carbondale, Illinois, Jackson County, deputy coroner Sam Bryant. Can't find him nowhere in the coroner's department, but you can find him at the White Funeral Home, Meredith Funeral Home, where they took my son. They didn't even take the liberty to put the money in an evidence bag. They put it in the body bag. Just like this man's daughter, they claim that she died of alcohol poisoning. But the autopsy showed her with wounds that didn't coincide with alcohol poisoning. You see, I'm going to let you listen to the video and then I'm gonna end it.
It's like a nightmare, man. It's you know, I can't even sleep. I'm just frustrated. My heart is just aching, man. And, you know, as a father, man, you know, a praying man.
Bernard Robinson is begging for answers about how his daughter, Shanquella, died last month in Cabo.
I just want some truth, because this don't even add up right.
He says he and his wife were told Shanquella died of alcohol poisoning, but the autopsy says she died due to injuries to the spinal cord and neck. A video has now also surfaced showing someone attacking Shanquella.
Through the grace of God, I think I'm gonna get to the bottom of it, sir. God not gonna fail me. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out.
Information out of Cabo authorities has been difficult to obtain, so I called phone numbers associated with all of her friends who went on the trip.
The subscriber you have dialed is not in service.
Most of the numbers are now disconnected, but 2 of them went straight to voicemail.
Sorry, mailbox is full.
I texted both of them and also paid them a visit since they have Charlotte addresses. No one answered at the first store, and the same with the second. And while no one was home when I rang the doorbell this afternoon, a neighbor did tell me this morning they spotted CMPD outside this person's home. I sent an email to CMPD asking why they were there. CMPD says they are not involved in the investigation since the case happened in Mexico. I also sent an email to the Records Division asking for a police report, and I was told it will take 24 hours for it to be available. As Channel 9 continues to seek answers, so does Shanquella's dad.
I'm not giving up. I am not giving up. I'm very confident that I'm gonna have a peace of mind.
Now that you heard the video of the father in the news reporter, it's a few good things with the father. At least he was able to get news coverage. Now, the reason why I can't get news coverage in Carbondale, Illinois, is because I sent my complaint to the president of the NAACP in Carbondale, Illinois, a black female that I believe come from Chicago, a Southern Illinois University graduate, Linda Flowers, and I sent a email on May the 11th, 2021, to complain that the Carbondale, Illinois Police Department wasn't investigating my son's death properly, and I think it was racially motivated. But Linda Flowers, on the same day that I told her that, on March the 24th, 2021, she called the police department. They never investigated my son's death as far as the NAACP. And the police department, they closed my son's death. You see, they didn't mention a lot of things. They didn't mention the white female that had claimed she found my son's wallet 2 days after his death, about 3 or 4 blocks away from where he was at. See, when you see my son hanging, his one of his pockets is pulled all the way out, a sign of robbery. $3 balled up in his hand with money in it, blood on it, $3. Drugs in his socks. They said he had a bunch of, he had a lot of methamphetamine and antidepressants and some other type of drugs in him, which wouldn't have let him be capable enough to hang himself with a belt that was 46 inches long. But this is what I want to say. One thing about Shanquella Robinson's dad, he said some key things. He said it just don't add up. He said also, he got faith in God. He said he don't believe God gonna allow this to be unsolved. Let's pray for all the people who family members is being murdered in the police departments and other people, their friends, saying the death was other than homicide. Justice for Shanquella Robinson, justice for my son, Brian Lamont Johns. And I ask and pray that God continue to lead me, even if I have to march by myself. You see, the Carbondale Police Department, the Carbondale NAACP, all of them, they have ties with the news media, which won't cover my son's death. The only way you will hear about my son's death is through my YouTube videos, Raymond Ivy YouTube. I ask y'all to help me and others that's fighting justice for our children. Peace be still. Justice for my son, Brian Lamont Johns. He didn't commit suicide, it was a homicide. 39 days after his death, a white female was found on camera, school teacher for the Carbondale Rebound High School, spending his food stamps. She was never taken down to the police department and being interrogated nor arrested. Her husband was involved too, a black man. The white female that claimed she found my son t-shirts at first said she found them at 8 o'clock in the morning in front of her door on the 3rd floor, right around the corner where he was found hung. This is before the Indian students said that they claimed they found my son's body about 1 o'clock p.m. on March the 19th, 2021 on the 3rd floor in a separate building. The white female took the t-shirts inside of her house. The police never went inside, but my son had a gash on the back of his hand that went all the way down to the tendons, meaning that he had to bleed somewhere until it clogged up. That blood could have been in her house. She done moved. The Indian people done moved. The white female that claimed she found my son's wallet 2 days after his death on the same street, down about 4 or 5 blocks down, she was never taken to the police station to be interrogated. Something is wrong. They covered it up because it was probably racially motivated. But I have faith in God that sooner or later, somebody gonna pick up this story.